If you want to know the best and the most fun and all crazy things to do in Springfield, Missouri, this is the list for you. Let's go! Hey guys, Jesse Weiser here, real estate broker here in Springfield, Missouri, and today we're talking about the locals edition of the funnest things to do in Springfield and the surrounding areas around here. Also, if you're moving to Springfield, Missouri and want to check out some of the real estate here, go to wiserlivingrealty.com where you can search kind of like Zillow and Realtor.com, but we definitely want to hear from you. We make these videos because we want to show you around the places around here, fun things to do and just stuff like that, but that's because we want to meet you, love on you, and get to know you. Now, we have kind of done this video before, but that was more on the tourist side. This is more of the locals edition. So I'm gonna tell you some of my personal things, some of the people in the office personal things, and this is like the video that the locals hotspots is what I would say. So stay tuned. If you want to check out the other video, check it out right up here. Boom, 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 boom. So let's dig in. I grew up not that far from Fantastic Caverns. So obviously I talk about this a lot and it's kind of an inside joke now, but Fantastic Caverns is a place that locals go to kind of quite a bit, especially during the summertime whenever you can go underneath ground. It's like 60 degrees all year round. Now I lived so close, my mom still lives there, that we got into Fantastic Caverns for free. They called it the locals rate or something like that. Anyways, I got in free, so we went a lot of times. It's so fun. You get to drive around in a Jeep and whatnot and just look at all the formations. I'm gonna call them formations. There's like fancy words for it, but I don't really know what they're called. Anyways, there's a bunch of those formations, super cool to see. Now let's talk about Branson. Branson is literally 45 minutes south of Springfield, Missouri. And it is like a big hub spot for Springfieldians. Yes, that's what we call each other, Springfieldians. We love to escaping down there because it's a big tourist town. Like, why would you not want to go down there if it's in your backyard, right? So anyways, Silver Dollar City, what we like to call it, Steal Your Dollar City. We call that a knee slapper around here. It's an 1800s theme park. So literally you go there and they're dressed in 1800s and they're in character, like ready to go. You cannot have them break character. They just won't. Like, it is through their blood and they love their jobs. And that's what's cool about Silver Dollar City is you go there, there's shows within the place, theme park. I mean, there's so much cool stuff. You can get season passes. That's what a lot of the locals do is they get season passes. I think it's like 1.5 times the admission is a season pass. So if you go twice, it's paid for. That's why a lot of the locals do that. It can also get you into Whitewater. Whitewater is big down there, big water park. You got the wave pool, that's what it's called. I'm doing great, guys. Just it may look like there's a script here, but this is all free for all, okay? I'm just coming up out of this old noggin right here. Now, enough about Strip and City. There's tons of stuff to do there, and that's why a lot of people go to Branson. But another one is don't forget the 76 Strip. There is so much to do. There's the Wax Museum, there's a house completely upside down, Wonderworks, and there's golf carts, there's mini golf, there's the Titanic. There's also a Ferris wheel that came from the Chicago and they put it on the Branson Strip. Last time we went there, I begged Miranda, my wife, to get one of those old time photos. I'm not gonna share you the photo because, you know, it's copyrighted, obviously. And don't forget the fountain at the Branson Landing. The Branson Landing is a big strip mall outside, so it's kind of cool. But remember, it's a mall, so everything is at full price. But the fountain has like a fire show. It's really cool. I think it goes off every like 30 minutes to an hour. So right next to the Branson Landing, you go up the street. It has the cutest like mom and pop places. And it's the oldest part of Branson, which is downtown. So kind of going through that, you kind of have to park. I mean, it gets really busy, but you kind of have to park. If you're lucky, you might get right on there. Now, let me tell you, I wouldn't want to live like in Branson. That would be HE double hockey sticks, okay? But Springfield's great. Also, we made a full things to do in Branson, Missouri video if you want to check it out up here. Boop, 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 boop. Now let's talk about parks. I really enjoy the parks here in Springfield, but more specifically the Nature Center. Now, for the longest time until I was in my 20s, I never went to the Nature Center. It's kind of embarrassing to say it out loud. But for some reason, my parents just never took me. I don't know why. But whenever I was like 25, 27, somewhere around there, I went to the Nature Center for the first time, and oh my gosh. It's a 3-hour trek all the way around. And every time I go there, you see some sort of nature. I've seen deer, snakes, bugs, just all the cool stuff that you kind of see in nature. And they're letting it like grow up, and there's like a path now. It's about 5 feet wide, and you just walk straight through this like jungle, and it's really cool. Then there's like a big woods section, there's like a really thicket section, there's like you go over a bridge and there's river running right through it, the James River's running right through it. And there's just really cool stuff happening in Nature Center. I enjoy it. The sceneries definitely change along the 3 miles. So then there's Nathaniel Green, which a lot of people, they try to get pictures taken here and stuff like that. It's also a nickname closed Memorial Park, which growing up, I actually mowed his lawn. My stepdad did. So that's kind of a cool little plug right there. I didn't really meet him, but he was actually a super nice guy. Now, the Nathaniel Green Park is city owned, but it's like stinking huge. It's like 113 acres or something like that. There's a lake or / pond, whatever you want to call it. Walking trails all over the place, and a botanical garden. Like, there's just so much happening there. And during the Christmas time, they actually have Christmas lights, and you can walk through it. It's really pretty. The lights are in the Japanese stroll garden at the Nathaniel Green. Lots to do there. So some more parks. There's the Sequiota Park, which is on the southeast side of town. It's off Lone Pine. Really great place. Down the street is actually one of my favorite restaurants, which is called Niji. It's a sushi restaurant. Make sure you get the Jurassic Park roll. You can thank me later. If you don't go to Niji and don't get the Jurassic Park roll, you have not experienced Niji to the fullest potential. So don't judge it until you get the Jurassic Park roll. For some reason, that Sequiota Park is literally, it's just kind of the place to be. They call it Quarry Town. There's just so much cool stuff. There's 4x4 brewing down there. There's just a lot of, I don't know how to explain it. Just people are very protective of that area. But it's a great place to walk. The Galloway Trail goes straight through there, and it's just a great place to be. It's just great. I think I said great like 16 times during that, but it's great. Then there's also Doling Park, who's on the north side of Springfield, where it's very close to the zoo and stuff like that. The one thing I remember about the Doling Park is when I was younger, and they had a bunch of like fishing stuff there where kids can go and like fish out of the pond. Also, there's geese there that try to kill you. Just trying to tell you that. Forewarning you. But there's also a cave there that you can go explore. So that's really cool. And there's also Phelps Grove Park, which is just south of MSU, Missouri State University. Supposedly, it's haunted. There's stories about it. I don't know if I believe it, but that's just what I hear. What's cool about Phelps Grove is literally there's tons of little trails around it. It's not that big, but it's a great place that people that live kind of in the center of Springfield, don't want to go very far, can just go and walk around it and stuff like that. So there's tons of lakes and rivers around the area. The biggest one is Table Rock Lake. Tons of people from Springfield love to go down to Branson, visit Table Rock Lake and stuff like that. Like, it's the lake around here to be at. Tons of fishing, boating. Like, there's just so much to do at Table Rock Lake. And if you want to know more about the lakes around the area, there's a video right here that you can check out about all the lakes in the area. There's also Springfield Lake. A lot of people go here and have like picnics and stuff. I've actually gone here and had a picnic before. But you can also rent kayaks and canoes and stuff like that at Springfield Lake, and you kind of start there, and I think it goes into the James River and stuff like that. It's kind of a cool little place. Then there's the James River. Do they say James River? Like, if I'm talking about a river, is it the James River? Or just the James River? The James River. Let's talk about that. It flows right through the south side of Springfield. Beautiful river. A lot of people kayak it, a lot of people canoe it, and there's just a lot of people that fish it too. A lot of people get some largemouth bass out of there. So if you are kind of a fisherman or just a recreational kayakist, I think that's what they call it, James River would be great for you. And here we go. Bass Pro, or just anything Johnny Morris. And I'm gonna tell you a lot of the places, and I probably enjoy doing these the most. If I was doing a locals edition for just me, I would mention so many of these Johnny Morris places, and I'll tell you why. Bass Pro, the largest Bass Pro in the United States and the world. Like it's the biggest. He wanted to make this the grandfather of Bass Pros because it was the first. It also has Wonders of Wildlife attached to it, which is the #1 aquarium, I'm gonna say, in the world, but it's probably in the United States. But Bass Pro has so many museums inside of it that are all free. I think they still have Hemingway's, which is a restaurant on the top floor, which is great. And what's cool about any restaurant that's owned by Johnny Morris is he makes it feel like you're either in a lodge or outside while you're inside. It's the coolest thing I've ever seen. Now what I'm saying there is you can literally turn and see a waterfall inside Bass Pro. It's the coolest thing ever. Bunch of rocks and everything, and then you turn around and you're shopping for like outside clothing. It's the craziest thing. And then you turn again, there's a bear that you can take a picture with, all in one spot. So we'll also talk about Wonders of Wildlife, which started and it was owned by the city of Springfield, but then it was attached to Bass Pro. So then Johnny Morris took it over. It took 13 years to finish the project. So it got started in my childhood and finished when I was an adult. So obviously I'm like excited to go into it. It takes at a minimum, okay? At a minimum, if you're walking through really fast, kind of not reading everything, 4 hours to complete a full tour of the museums and the aquarium at Wonders of Wildlife. You can also get year-long season passes so you can take your kids multiple times. Last time I was in Bass Pro, in the boat section or the fishing section, there was live crocodiles that they feed. I mean, everything at Bass Pro, they make it an experience. And that's what I'm gonna talk about in the rest of all of Johnny Morris's properties. Are you ready? So, Top of the Rock, which is down in Ridgedale, Missouri, almost to the Arkansas border. If you want a really nice restaurant, like I'm talking, not like you have to wear a blazer or anything. Johnny Morris doesn't even wear a blazer. If you ever see Johnny Morris, he's wearing a button-up Bass Pro shirt with a pair of jeans and probably some like Walmart white tennis shoes. Like that's what he looks like. But you go down the Top of the Rock, beautiful, lodge style. It feels like you're outside, but you're inside. You sit down and it overlooks a beautiful cliff and the Table Rock Lake in the background. Oh, it's just beautiful. And that night they shoot off a cannon every night and some guy plays the bagpipes. Like it's very traditionally done and it's amazing. And the way they make you feel during the whole experience, ooh. And you have to get the ooey gooey butter cake. That is their like, I'm like salivating right now, just thinking about it, talking about it. All right, let's go. Just kidding. So Top of the Rock is part of the Big Cedar Lodges. Now that is a big resort, and inside the Big Cedar Lodges, I mean, the rooms are amazing, but let's talk about the actual place. There's tons of restaurants. I just recently went to the Warman House, which is another lodge style restaurant. Everything that Johnny Morris does is just beautiful. So if you see anything Bass Pro, Big Cedar Lodge, anything with the name Johnny Morris on it, go to it around here. You're gonna get the full experience of the Ozarks, and it's just amazing. Now, in Ozark, Missouri, there's Finley Farms, which is also owned by Johnny Morris. And Finley Farms, they moved the entire building over 5 feet so they can get it close to the Finley River. But inside there is a beautiful restaurant and just an experience as well. It's just so crazy. But also the Dogwood Canyon, which is a little bit southwest of Branson. Now, if you go there, it is a 6-mile round trip. Dogwood Canyon runs upstream from Table Rock Lake, so that stream runs into Table Rock Lake. But it's absolutely beautiful. When you go, you're met with the mill and you walk across the river. And then as you kind of get in, you have to pay to like go. I think it's $30 a day for an adult. And of course they have season passes, don't remember that. But you first walk in, absolutely beautiful. Big waterfall coming down into a kind of a big water reservoir right there. But as you go back, there's a church. You can also get married at that church. And it overlooks this massive river that runs alongside of it. Ooh, amazing. And as you go up, you can also get a tram to do all that. You can get bicycles. Just Dogwood Canyon is a sight to see. It really is. Everything that Johnny Morris does is a sight to see. And that's where a lot of the locals like go, is a lot of the Johnny Morris places. So enough about Johnny Morris. Obviously, he's one of the only billionaires in Springfield. Just want to point that out. There is also other stuff like to do with kids and stuff. A lot of the locals go to the Discovery Center downtown. An amazing thing to do down there. They have interactive stuff. They have a bunch of wacky exhibits that are a lot of fun for any and all your kids. Even the adults can get in on the fun. It's literally a 60,000 square foot building. It also has a Springfield sign, so the magnificent Springfield mural is on the side of the wall that a lot of people get pictures in front of. A lot of the locals, remember that, I'm telling you all the local places to do. Then there's Dickerson Park Zoo, which I've only been there when I was younger, and I went there probably, I think it was last year I went, and it actually surprised me. I really enjoyed going. Obviously you get to see all the different types of animals, but just the Ozarkian trees and like the way they have everything set up, and you walk through the Dickerson Park Zoo, and I was really surprised how beautiful it was, and the lakes and the ponds that they have in there. But I actually got the back tour where I got on like a golf cart and we like filmed a bunch of stuff. Pretty sure Faith went with me. She's behind this camera. And I just want to say a cheetah almost tried to kill me. Just saying that out loud. Don't get close to the cheetahs because they'll hiss at you and everything. So that was kind of scary. But Dickerson Park Zoo is fun, let me tell you. So Dickerson Park Zoo isn't like huge. It's small enough that you can see it like all day. You can probably get through it in a couple hours. It's really cool. But they have 500 animals and 160 species there. And don't forget the Springfield Cardinals. A lot of people enjoy going there, you know, the ball field. It is a AA sports team, so it's really cool to kind of see a lot of people, sometimes the major league players play there. But it's just really fun. I really enjoy going to the Red Roost where they have, you pay a little extra and you get a full buffet, or you can upgrade to a suite at any time. Now what's really cool is on Friday and Saturday nights when they play, fireworks at the end of the game, even if they lose. So that's really cool. But a really cool thing that they also do is Andy's partners with them, and if they get a home run in a certain inning, they give out all free Andes. There is also a thing called Big Shots, which is owned by the O'Reilly brothers. And if you don't know O'Reilly Auto Parts, they're headquartered here in Springfield, so they're investing back into the community. But Big Shots is a lot of fun. It's where a lot of the locals go. And we are actually going to Big Shots today, but it's really cool. It's kind of like Top Golf. So Big Shots is a lot of fun. The food there is great. There's actually a hamburger there that's almost like a peanut butter and jelly hamburger. Ooh! And the 9-layer dip. You have to order that. That is a must. Another thing that a lot of the locals really enjoy is mini putt-putt. And I'll tell you what, the #1 place, and they only take cash, Fun Acre off South Campbell. That is like not really the antique place to go, but it's the most nostalgic part of Springfield is Fun Acre. Been there for years. The next place is probably Getaway Golf. They're on East Sunshine. Really great place. And then if you want to go south towards Nixa, in between Nixa and Springfield, you have Swing Right Golf, mini golf. And of course, there's tons in Branson if you want to do that too. But that's the 3 main mini golfs in Springfield, Missouri. And what is brand new in the area that a lot of locals are going, I saved the best for last. Well, not the best, but I saved like the newest for last. It's called the 14 Mill Market in Nixa, Missouri. It's the coolest thing. It's got turf. It's all outside. You have outside games and whatnot. From the website, you know, Southwest Missouri's first food hall. It's offering a sprawling marketplace of food, showcasing 10 unique restaurant concepts and sweet treats, a full-service bar and outdoor entertainment area. It sounds really cool. I really need to put this on my list. I haven't been able to get to yet, but I hear it's like the place to be right now. I see a lot of people on my Facebook going to this place, and it's making me jealous. I might go there next week. If you see me there, you know why. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this locals edition. If you guys go to any of these places or have ever been to these places, drop down in the comments and let us know if you enjoyed it, if there's anything that they can improve on, or just anything that you want to warn people or just say excitement things about. Put it down in the comments. Also, I'll see you in the next video right over here. And don't forget, watch for deer. dressed in 1800s, and they're in, what's that word called? Like they're acting. In acting, they're dressed up in play, in scene, character.